Give me a second. What's up, world? It's your boy Ken and Corey, man, and I'm excited to be making this video because today I decided to go ahead and finally play with a camera that I've been really neglecting for a while, and I probably shouldn't have neglected it this long, but it is what it is, and that is the DJI Osmo Pocket camera. Now, you guys are probably used to me talking about this camera right here, which is the Lumix G7, and I love this camera, but I also love this camera, and I also love the camera I'm shooting on, which is the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K, which is a mouthful to say. But all three of these cameras have their own specific reasons on why I purchased them and why I use them in different ways. And it just so happened that this weekend, I really didn't do much. I really took time out to hang out with family, which is very important. Me and my brother-in-law took my 5 nephews with us to downtown Houston to really kind of just discover it and show the kids what the city has to offer as far as like different parks and stuff like that, graffiti and art. So long story short, we found ourselves hanging out at Discovery Green, Houston, and then we also went to the Houston Graffiti art wall. And I'm just going to show you guys a small recap. And after the recap, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit more about the DJI Osmo Pocket, and we can go from there.
Straight out of diamond stop blocks. Dopest you ever heard. Dopest you ever heard.
Hey, what's up, guys? I hope you guys enjoyed that recap, or if you skipped directly to this part, that's all cool too. I really like this camera. I got this DJI Osmo Pocket, I would say about 1.5 years ago. I've definitely put it through its paces. It was one of those cameras I was getting because I wanted to be able to start making a lot of travel videos, and I didn't have like a really dope camera like the Blackmagic yet. But at the same time, I just wanted to be able to have a camera with a gimbal that was small and compact to fit around. So in between shots when I'm shooting with this, I can kind of pull this out and just get a few sneak shots on a gimbal without having to go find a gimbal just for this camera. It's just faster, more convenient. I love it. I would say the only drawbacks of like the DJI Osmo Pocket is the fact that it doesn't have as good of like depth of field with like a camera like this or the Blackmagic. It also doesn't have like the dynamic range that you would get out of a camera like the Blackmagic, but neither does this camera. It doesn't really have the dynamic range of that camera, which was the camera I'm using right now in more of like a cinematic vibe or land. And I use this camera more for like just capturing the vibe of what's right there in front of me. Sometimes I don't want to like distract who I'm actually filming or be distracted by a bunch of people around me staring at me. So I just like to get this camera. And with the situation that was going on with me and my nephews and just hanging out in the park and not necessarily trying to draw too much attention because it's all about them, this camera did just fine. Now, the Osmo Pocket is one of my favorite cameras, mainly because it's just strictly fun to just use. When you turn it on, it takes no time to turn on and get started, and boom, I'm already ready to start shooting that fast. I can't tell you how many times I've tried to turn on my Blackmagic, or even sometimes even the Lumix G7, and because of how long it takes to boot up, it's just, I missed the moment, and it's like, dang, I wish I would have had my camera on a little bit earlier than that. But the Osmo Pocket, most of the time I can catch exactly what I'm trying to get, and then it's so, like I said, it's so small. Like I can hide it with my hand. You know, half the time people don't even know. Like, oh, I'm hiding Oh, I have a camera on me? What? Now, when I was shooting these clips, I was really also trying to play with the colors a little bit when I did a little color grading, because I just wanted to see how far I could push the colors, knowing that it's not that many dynamic stops and range, but I just wanted to see what I could do. And I had fun. I'm pretty satisfied with the way the colors popped in this video. And it was really just kind of like an experiment. Now, one thing I do want to say is that in the future, I do plan on making a lot more videos with my Osmo Pocket because I've just been neglecting it. I love this camera. I had a lot of fun when I first got it, but ever since I got other cameras, I've just been exploring those as well. The whole universe of just being a photographer and videographer is just it's so much to do. Like, it's clearly a lifelong passion. Anyway, with that said, if you guys have any questions about how I did the color grading, or if you guys have any questions about how I got the angles and how I shot with this camera, please leave them down below, or any questions in general about the Osmo Pocket, and I can tell you guys. Now, I haven't had an opportunity to use the Osmo Pocket 2, which is the camera that everyone's probably been using now, which also shows you how long I've been neglecting this camera. But I do plan on maybe upgrading in the future. I don't know if I see the reason to specifically jump from the 1 all the way to the 2. I know there's a little bit of a wider angle on the 2, which is usually a really good thing. But once again, with the fact that I'm more of a professional videographer, this is perfectly fine for all the little tasks that I'm going to be doing anyway for the behind the scenes. And a lot of times I could just take this camera and just give it to a friend of mine who doesn't know anything about photography or videography, and it'll still come out with bomb videos just because the camera does most of the work with the gimbal that's already attached to it. So it's just a fun camera in general for anybody to use. But anyway, with that said, please leave a comment down below if you guys learned anything, or if you just like the video in general. Please subscribe. I have a lot more videos about cameras and doing just cinematic things coming in the near future. So if you guys like that type of thing, subscribe and you'll see a lot more on the way. And to everybody who's been also subscribing already, I just want to say thank you to the fact that I just hit 150 subscribers on this channel. Not too long ago, I just hit 100 subscribers, and this channel has been giving me more and more motivation to keep growing. I already have another channel that's already passed like 25,000 subs, but that channel, when I created it, it was strictly all about entertainment, and I make silly videos on that channel. But this one is more of like, I get to show you my technical side, and then I get to explore and do more travel videos, which is what I plan on doing in the future. So with that said, man, I'll see you guys in the future. And I have another video that I'm about to shoot with the Lumix G7 right after this anyway. So hey man, I guess I'll see you guys really soon. Peace.